Thermal cracking. What is thermal cracking? The process of decomposition of higher hydrocarbons into lower hydrocarbons at high temperature and pressure is known as thermal cracking. Based on the physical state of heavy oil, thermal cracking is classified into two types: liquid phase thermal cracking, vapor phase thermal cracking. Liquid phase thermal cracking. Liquid phase thermal cracking means first we have to take the heavy oil which is in liquid state. Then we can decompose that heavy oil into petrol. Look into the definition. When liquid phase heavy oil is decomposed to petrol at 475 to 530 degrees C under pressure of 100 kg per centimeter square is known as liquid phase thermal cracking. Here temperature and pressure, high temperature and pressure. At the high temperature and pressure, we decompose that liquid phase heavy oil into petrol. That is why this process is called as liquid phase thermal cracking. By using this liquid phase thermal cracking, we can extract 50 to 60% of the petrol. At the same time, the products which are obtained from this process are very stable. Next, second type of thermal cracking is vapor phase thermal cracking. Here in liquid phase thermal cracking, we are taking heavy oil which is in liquid phase. But in vapor phase thermal cracking, we are taking heavy oil which is in vapor phase. When vapor phase heavy oil is decomposed to petrol at 600 to 650 degrees C under pressure of 10 to 20 kg per centimeter square is known as vapor phase thermal cracking. Okay. If vapor phase heavy oil is decomposed into petrol at high temperature and pressure, that process is called as vapor phase thermal cracking. Here we are extracting petrol by using thermal cracking in two ways. First one is liquid phase thermal cracking, second one is vapor phase thermal cracking. In between these two, which process is best means liquid phase thermal cracking process is best, because the products obtained from the liquid phase thermal cracking are more stable than vapor phase thermal cracking. This is about thermal cracking. Second type of cracking is catalytic cracking. What is catalytic cracking? To extract the high quality and quantity of petrol from heavy oil, we are using catalyst. So, if we decompose heavy oil into petrol by using catalyst, that type of process is called as catalytic cracking. We know cracking is nothing but decomposition of heavy oil into petrol. If the decomposition happens by using catalyst, that is called as catalytic cracking. What are the normally used or commonly used catalysts? That are aluminum silicate and alumina. Best example, according to R22 engineering chemistry syllabus, they specified one most important long answer question for external examination. That most important topic is moving bed catalytic cracking or fluid bed catalytic cracking. To understand this moving bed catalytic cracking and fluid bed catalytic cracking, we need to use one diagram, because if you understand the diagram, you can explain the whole process very easily. If you understand the diagram, it consists of various chambers. Just understand the diagram. By that you can understand why this process is called as moving bed or fluid bed. Look into the diagram. In this diagram, first chamber is catalyst chamber. Second chamber is fractionating column. Third chamber is cooler. Fourth chamber is stabilizer. Next chamber is regenerator, and this is gas meter. First focus on the horizontal chambers, that are catalyst chamber, fractionating column, cooler and stabilizer. First we have to take, we know cracking process started with the heavy oil and ends with petrol. So here we are taking heavy oil and we are taking catalyst at 500 degrees C. Here one point you should remember, we are using solid powdered catalyst. Whenever this solid powdered catalyst combined with heavy oil, that is converted in the form of semi-solid, which is we called as fluid. Okay, whenever this solid powdered catalyst combined with heavy oil, okay, that will be converted in the form of fluid. We should that means whole process decomposition of heavy oil into petrol is actually done in this first chamber only. In this process, first chamber is very important because our process is cracking. The whole cracking process done in this first catalyst chamber in presence of catalyst, that is aluminum silicate or alumina. So first we have to introduce the heavy oil. It will treat with the catalyst and whole heavy oil is converted into petrol. The formed petrol is separated in fractionating column and it is cooled by cooler. The formed petrol is stabilized by stabilizer. Now look into the most important part of this topic. What is that most important part? Means whenever this cracking process takes place continuously, the catalyst become inactivated because we are decomposing higher hydrocarbons into lower hydrocarbons. During that cracking process, that catalyst is covered by excess amount of carbon. By the coverage of excess amount of carbon, that catalyst become inactivated. So whole cracking process will move. That means not efficient products we are getting. To activate the process, we need to stop the cracking process and we need to pump that catalyst into regenerator chamber like ion exchange process. Okay, so here catalyst is pumped by using gas meter into regenerator chamber. In this regenerator chamber, we are heating that catalyst at 600 degrees C. During this process, some waste gases are obtained that are called as flue gases. That waste gases will go by using this outlet. By using flue gases outlet, waste gases. Here, flue gases are waste gases that will go outside by using this outlet. After regeneration, again it is a pump. It is nothing but fluid catalyst is pumped to catalyst chamber. Then regeneration process is stopped. After regeneration of catalyst, as usual, cracking processes takes place horizontally. Here now you have to focus on why this process is called as moving bed. Here moving, we know moving meaning. Here bed is nothing but chamber. Bed is nothing but here what? Chamber. Cracking is nothing but what? Decomposition of heavy oil into petrol. Here process name is what? Moving bed catalytic cracking. Cracking is decomposition of heavy oil into petrol in presence of catalyst. That is why this process is called as catalytic cracking. Moving bed catalytic cracking. Why it is called as moving bed catalytic cracking means here cracking process takes place when catalyst is moving from one chamber to another chamber. That is why it is called as moving bed catalytic cracking. Whenever we observe the whole process, catalyst is only moving from catalyst chamber to regenerator chamber and regenerator chamber to catalyst chamber during regeneration process. That is why this process is called as moving bed catalytic cracking. Why it is also called as fluid bed catalytic cracking? Because here what is the physical state of our catalyst? Whenever the powder catalyst combined with heavy oil, it is converted in the form of fluid. The catalyst which is in the form of fluid is moving from one chamber to another chamber. That is why it is also named as fluid bed catalytic cracking. This is about cracking, thermal cracking and catalytic cracking.